tracking very closely here at the urban debate is coming in from the national capital, where it looks like it's fourth time lucky for the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. After 3 failed bids, the candidate has finally been elected as the mayor of Delhi. The election follows the Supreme Court's ruling that nominated members or aldermen cannot vote. The Aam Aadmi Party had fielded Shelly Oberoi, who won with 150 votes against BJP's candidate Rekha Gupta. But first, let me tell you a bit about Shelly Oberoi. She is a Delhi girl who was born and brought up in the city. She has been a visiting professor at Delhi University and also holds a PhD in management studies. Oberoi joined the Aam Aadmi Party as an activist in 2013. She was vice president of the party's state Mahila Morcha until 2020. Interestingly, she is a first-time councillor, and Oberoi won from the ward in East Patel Nagar, which is often considered a BJP stronghold. Once the voting results were declared today, Shelly Oberoi took over as the presiding officer of the MCD House. Let's take a listen to what she had to say after being elected as the Delhi mayor.
सबसे पहले मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का, माननीय उप मुख्यमंत्री मनीष सिसोदिया जी का और पूरी दिल्ली की जनता का, हमारे पार्षदों का, हमारे जितने भी विधायक हैं उनका और जितने भी हमारे सांसद हैं उनका, जिन्होंने मुझे महापौर चुनकर दिल्ली की सेवा का एक मौका दिया। और कल से ही हमारी जो कार्रवाई है नगर निगम की उसकी शुरुआत होगी और कल से ही हमारे जितने पार्षद जो पहले से ही अपने वार्ड में काम कर रहे थे, कल ऑफिशियल तरीके से पूरी दिल्ली में काम शुरू हो जाएगा और साथ ही कूड़े के पहाड़ों की इंस्पेक्शन भी अगले 3 दिनों में हम लोग करेंगे। देखिए, हम तो पहले दिन से ही बोल रहे थे कि जो हमारे पार्षद हैं हम पूरी तरह से कॉन्फिडेंट हैं उनमें, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो है वो अपनी हार को स्वीकार नहीं कर पा रही थी।
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal hailed the victory on Twitter. He wrote, "Hooliganism has been defeated and the people of Delhi have won." But remember, this was the 4th attempt to elect a mayor after the MCD elections were held in December 2022. The House convened for the first time on 6th January but failed to elect a mayor. 2 subsequent sittings in January 24th and in the same manner. On all 3 occasions, the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP clashed over the same issue. Should the nominated members or the aldermen be allowed to vote? It was only last week when the Supreme Court sided with the Aam Aadmi Party and said that the aldermen cannot vote. And thus, almost 3 months after the polls were held, Delhi has got a mayor. It's a huge boost for the Aam Aadmi Party since they have successfully dislodged the BJP after 15 long years in the MCD. Aam Aadmi Party leader Raghav Chadda says that the BJP's nefarious designs have been defeated.
Bharatiya Janata Party, which is a party of goons and lumpen elements, today stands defeated. All nefarious designs of the BJP to delay elections, to conduct favourable delimitations, to then deprive Delhi of an elected mayor and an elected government in MCD have today failed, and ultimately the power of people and an honest party, that is the Aam Aadmi Party, has won. I think this is the classic case of Satyamev Jayate, where the truth has finally triumphed, the people's mandate has triumphed.
As they say, with great power comes great responsibility. The Aam Aadmi Party now has its own double-engine government in the national capital. The MCD has powers on issues like garbage, disposal, sanitation, beautification, public health and town planning. And don't forget, it also has a budget of more than 16,000 crore rupees, making it one of the richest civic bodies in the country. So Arvind Kejriwal doesn't have the scope to complain anymore. He has the state government and now he has the MCD. The question then is, can Arvind Kejriwal use this double engine to solve Delhi's pressing issues? That's where the standing committee will be important. The MCD standing committee has 18 members, out of which 6 are elected from the House. This standing committee holds the real power when it comes to allocating funds and taking key decisions. As things stand, the Aam Aadmi Party could get 4 seats on the standing committee and the BJP could get 2 seats. The rest of the 12 members are elected by the ward councillors. This last week we checked there is a Ruckus ruckus in the MCD house ahead of the standing committee elections. The BJP councillors are reportedly chanting the Hanuman Chalisa inside the chambers. From the looks of it, the matter will have to be taken up tomorrow. And my colleague Ishika is joining me exactly from where the assembly ruckus is taking place. Let me go across to Ishika. Ishika, very good evening to you and still continue to be with us. What is the situation on ground over there? Is there any chances way by which we could probably see the formation of the standing committee over here?
Well, yes, Samia, as you rightly said, that the standing committee is in fact the main executive body of the MCD. So definitely this election was very important. And as we expected, there was a ruckus that took place on the floor of the House during the voting of the standing committee when we saw that the BJP councillors, they in fact went to the well and then they protested against the mayor allowing the phones to the councillors to take it to the polling booths. But in fact we then saw how the mayor tried to pacify them. In fact, the House was also summoned for 15 minutes, but even after that, when the House resumed, the protest continued. And after that, the mayor Shelly Oberoi in fact then allowed the phones. But even after that, we saw that the BJP councillors continued to protest. Now after that, Shelly Oberoi has in fact adjourned the House, saying that many of the councillors who had taken the ballot papers and in fact who were asked to return them did not return it. But let me tell you, Samia, in fact it had been it has been more than 30 minutes that the House is adjourned. And in fact, let me show you that these are the scenes of the floor of the House. You can clearly see that the House remains adjourned at the moment. In fact, be it the starting of the standing committees election, even then we saw 15 minutes how the House was summoned, and then again it was summoned, and right now also it remains to be adjourned here at the moment because the mayor is not present at the chair. Remember, the mayor had in fact adjourned the House at 8, and it is more than, in fact it is close to 8:40, and you can clearly see that it has been 40 minutes and the mayor is not present in the House. So what we are expecting at the moment is that the standing committee election might not take place today and they will be postponed, but definitely not something that we'll have to still wait and watch for, because the drama on the floor of the House of the MCD continues after what we saw was a very smooth proceedings of the be it the mayor elections or be it the deputy mayor elections. And in fact, the political bickering outside the MCD also continues, with the Aam Aadmi Party in fact blaming it again on the BJP, and the BJP also pushing the blame on the Aam Aadmi Party, as in fact the standing committee elections remain adjourned at the very moment. Over to you.
Well, clearly, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP is concerned, like you mentioned, Ishika, the drama is far from over, and we will be keeping a close watch on all the developments that are taking place and come back to you for more updates on it. And that is exactly where our question stems from. That while the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP indulge in their regular bickering, it's eventually the national capital and the people of Delhi who suffer. And to discuss this further, I'm joined by environmentalist and activist Jai Dhar Gupta, who is joining me this evening. Mr. Gupta, good evening. And thank you for joining us here at Mirror Now at the Urban Debate. My first question, of course, to you will be, you have been seeing the developments that are taking place as far as the mayoral polls are concerned. Of course, all this while, Aam Aadmi Party has been maintaining that they have not gotten a free hand to ensure that the issues of the people of Delhi is resolved. But now, of course, the Aam Aadmi Party has an absolute takeover in the national capital, whether it's the MCD, the mayor and the government in the state, all belongs to the Aam Aadmi Party. Then, would the issue of water, of environment, of pollution will be resolved or not? What is your view on it, Mr. Gupta? And what should be the most urgent issue that the Aam Aadmi Party's newly elected mayor must take up?
So, Samia, firstly, I want to correct the Aam Aadmi Party on their statement that the residents of Delhi have won. Absolutely not. The politics of Aam Aadmi Party has won. Once the Aam Aadmi Party delivers on its promise of a clean and corruption-free Delhi, then the residents of Delhi will win. Since 2012, when Delhi was elected or voted or was surveyed to be the worst air quality city in the world, with all its problems of sanitation and sewerage, and you know, I can keep going on and on and on. We've seen absolutely no leadership on this issue. You know, I would have expected the environment minister of Delhi to step up. I would have expected the sports minister of Delhi to step up. You probably are aware we just ended a test match at Firozshah Kotla in Delhi, where the Australians and our Indian players, stars, played in AQI of 300. We are just normalizing the filth of this city. And you know, we are forcing even international players to live in this. Our children, I mean, I want to send a message to our newly elected mayor that people like me who suffer from respiratory issues or cardiac issues or any kind of hypertension or diabetes are all with you. People like me who are parents are all with you. Please, this city, my city, needs leadership on health and environment. And we have been seeking it from everybody in power, both Delhi and center, and there's been none of it. Everybody wants to sidestep this issue. And with all of our rapid urbanization and all the problems that come with it, it's just getting worse. I haven't seen any change. So it's nice to have some leadership. I would love to see some change. I would love to support leadership on health and environment. I think every Delhiite would be behind me in kind of saying this to our new mayor. We are with her.
Absolutely, Mr. Gupta. And I'm also joined by my other guest at this point in time, Huda Zariwala, who is a political analyst. I appreciate you joining us here. Very good evening, Mr. Zariwala. What exactly is going to be your first thoughts about Aam Aadmi Party's absolute takeover of the national capital? The state government belongs to them, the MCD belongs to them, and now, of course, the mayor is also from the Aam Aadmi Party. Then the question that really arises is, would the people of Delhi now breathe a sigh of relief that the civic issues would be addressed? Or do you think this is only going to be politics at play again?
No, I absolutely believe that the people's issue are, and will be the foremost concern for the Aam Aadmi Party. I mean, if you remember, while campaigning, these were the main issues that we focused on, you know, like the garbage mountains or the issue of all the road and nala construction that have been long overdue for when the BJP was in power, or absolutely all the other issues that come under the MCD. So obviously, Aam Aadmi Party is a party that essentially talks and campaigns and works on issues. So we are definitely, you know, very excited. A lot of congratulations to Dr. Shelly Oberoi. A lot of congratulations to the judiciary, to the Supreme Court of India, for holding up the people's faith yet again in democracy. I mean, this was by far not
absolutely, and now let's hear it from the people also. I will have to interject over there, Ms. Huda Zariwala, as I'm joined by a caller at this point in time, Ms. Aditi from Delhi. Please go ahead with your views. A very good evening for watching us here at Mirror Now.
Thanks for having me here. And now that Delhi has got a mayor, will they actually focus on the civic issues which is faced by Delhi, like piles of garbage around, women's safety? Because we saw so many cases in Delhi happening. On December also, we saw that a woman was harassed, and we got to know that there were no street lights present there. So I hope that AAP focuses on the civic issues.
Absolutely, Ms. Aditi, but what is one foremost issue that you would want the Aam Aadmi Party to first focus on as a resident of New Delhi?
The pile of garbages, because every here and there I find garbages around that actually destroys the beautification of the city, and also gives a very bad odor around while I'm driving in the city. So I really want them to focus on it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you joining us here, Ms. Aditi. And let me take the question across to Mr. Jai Dhar Gupta. Mr. Gupta, you know, the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP have always indulged in blame game and politics all along. And that's the reason why it almost always appeared that the Aam Aadmi Party never really let BJP's pet project Swachh Bharat ever become a success in the national capital. And perhaps that's the reason why the garbage issue has become one long-standing issue because of politics at play, if nothing more.
Well, look, we keep hiding behind the politics. I've seen it on this issue of health and environment. We have been seeking clean air in Delhi since 2012 when 2015 when Aam Aadmi Party came to power in Delhi. And, if I'm being led to believe that a new mayor stepping in is going to solve all of Delhi's problem with a magic wand, I wasn't born yesterday, but you know what? If this is something positive for Delhi, I think all of Delhi is, willing to step up for change. I mean, I'm willing to change all of my habits. If somebody tells me that this is, this is the right way to do things, I need to segregate my waste, whatever it may be, banning of plastic, whatever those changes are, I think this city is ready for it. And this city is seeking it, and this city is crying for it. So please, leadership in any form, please show up. Delhi needs it.
Absolutely. And let me take that question across to Ms. Huda Zariwala, who is also wanting to make a point over there. But the bottom line really remains, Ms. Zariwala, that the Aam Aadmi Party has to show that conviction to try and bring about a change, because now they can no longer hide behind the garb of passing the buck onto the BJP, or to say that the MCD is not under their domain, so they can't really bring about a change. Change being the need of the hour is something that the Aam Aadmi Party will have to really show its conviction towards.
Yes, absolutely. Aam Aadmi Party is a party of change. It is a party that endorses positive change all around. I mean, we have been talking about issues that have not been not addressed when the BJP was in power. This is practically the first time that the city has seen an Aam Aadmi Party mayor. So, Aaji to Chunav Jeete, I mean, we are excited to work towards the issues of the people. We are excited to bring back Delhi at its best. And we are going to make, every effort possible to get the people of Delhi their rights. I mean, the people have put a lot of faith in us. The people have obviously ousted, BJP from most of the seats, because 15 long years, that was a very long time that the BJP got to prove their point, to do the work for the people. But then again, there was rampant corruption.
Absolutely, Ms. Zariwala. Like you're mentioning, the people of Delhi have shown their faith in Aam Aadmi Party. Let us hear from the people also. I'm also joined with another caller at this point in time, Mr. Anand, joining us from Ghaziabad. Please go ahead, Mr. Anand, with your views on what are the civic issues that you would want Aam Aadmi Party now to address with the foremost focus.
First of all, I would like to congratulate the Aam Aadmi Party and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal for a success of this mayor, because for the past 15 years, the BJP has been handling this position, but they have not done anything. For example, if you see the Ghazipur area, it's mounted like with waste. So I believe, in fact, they tried their level best with the LG to, stop any Aam Aadmi Party person to become a mayor. But however, thanks to Honorable Supreme Court, they interfered and they resolved the issue. Finally, Mayor Oberoi has become the Delhi AAP mayor. That's very good. Second thing, I would request the Aam Aadmi Party mayor also to first try to clear the Ghazipur, what you call that mountain, which mounted by the BJP party, the waste. If they can clear, which was lying there for the past 15 years, and the BJP couldn't do it, so it will be a very, very big successful for them for the next election also, as well as for the next 2024 election also. I once again wish the Aam Aadmi Party a very success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anand, for joining us with your views. Clearly, the people of the national capital aren't making, any bones about it. They are being very clear. They're not mincing their words. They want Delhi to be clean. They want the garbage dumps to be cleared. They want the Ghazipur garbage dump they want to get rid of it, for that matter. Let me also go across from the caller who's joining us at this point in time. Sudhir joining us from Mumbai. Good evening, Mr. Sudhir. Oh, we'll try and reconnect with him. There seems to be a disconnection of the line over there. But with that, we are wrapping up the discussion over here. Appreciate you joining us here, Ms. Huda Zariwal and also Mr. Gupta, and sharing your views with us as Delhi gets its mayor from the Aam Aadmi Party. And we all hope that the Aam Aadmi Party is not going to disappoint the people of the national capital, who have pinned all their hopes in the state government, in the MCD, and now in the mayor of New Delhi.
Absolutely.
And now we're shifting focus to some breaking news coming in from the state of